Hey, what's up, everyone? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Boom! Friday night, people. Friday night. Got a Whatnot stream here coming up in less than an hour, but I wanted to take some time to personally thank you guys for all of your views and support. We are on one heck of a roll, man. We've been putting up videos just about every single day, and that's a pretty good feeling. That's old Blue Ridge Silverhound from like a year and a half ago. It's been a little while. I'm glad to be back on the old proverbial content creation horse, I guess. Still not posting nearly as much on TikTok and Facebook, and I'm okay with that. Those are kind of like side deals right there that will grow in time. But I wanted to take some time because I've noticed a few people, actually a fair amount of people. They've just been kind of feeling a little bit down about the hobby. I had talked about the 2024 Jefferson Nickel roll hunt out there. The rolls are selling for like 50, 60 bucks a pop. So it's like easy money right there, if and only if you can find them. And not a lot of people have had that kind of success. I wanted to talk about one of my biggest finds that I've had the pleasure of being a part of. It was actually right around this same time of year, like kind of creeping into the holiday season, 2012. We were living in the Bay Area of Northern California, so we were like in the Fremont area at the time. Just got married in 2012, and we were just sitting at home. I ended up, like I usually do every week, I was kind of a degenerate, in the coin hobby back during that time. I was visiting the coin shop every single day, more so than I am right now. There's a coin shop, and the husband and wife owners of that shop I've known for a while. They don't own the shop anymore. They're a little bit older in the years. They travel for coin shows, that sort of thing, and that's cool. I ended up buying from them a lot. I think it was about 500 or 600 Buffalo nickels, and they were not all the greatest of shapes. A lot of dateless buffaloes, but he gave me a heck of a deal on them. I think he gave them to me for like 25 cents a coin or something. And at the time, I was very much into the bulk stuff. That was the time as well that I was going through bags upon bags upon bags of wheat cents, like it was going out of style. I was probably searching maybe about 25,000 coins a month, somewhere around there, and had saved up a ton of varieties, my goodness, along with a few other things. But not really expecting a whole lot because they're low-end condition grade Buffalo nickels, I was like, this would be great for just a casual Monday or Tuesday night type of activity, where I'm sitting at the desk with my magnifier, with that less than stellar desk lamp, like this one here, pointed right on my work surface. And if you guys are anywhere nearly remotely close to who I am as a coin collector, your desk is probably socked up with a bunch of stuff. So I was going through these coins, and I ended up finding this coin right here. All right. It doesn't look like a whole lot, right? But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, a coin that I had paid 25 cents for, is a 1916 Buffalo nickel, doubled die obverse, FS 101. This was my coin that I had found, and then I subsequently sold to a collector online. I think it was either Coin Talk or Coin Community or one of those forum chat pages, because I was very heavily involved in those sites. I threw up the coin somewhere, and someone said, "Oh, that's really cool. That looks like the real deal," even though the date was barely legible on there. All right. Oftentimes, you guys know the 1916 double die obverse Buffalo nickel is quite gnarly on the double to die department. I mean gnarly. I mean it's a coin that really pops out. If it's like a VG10 or higher grade, you can actually see the robust doubling on the date, which is kind of like the more important aspect of it. But this particular coin I found was actually not too bad. Somehow, some way, it ended up sold on great collections the next year in 2013. I was trying to look for the image of the coin that I had found, this particular coin, and I couldn't find it. I was like, okay, well, on a whim, let me go ahead and check the auction records, during that time. And it wasn't no less than about 5 minutes. I saw that one. I'm like, wow. The coin, by the way, ended up selling for with buyer's fee $5,797 for a coin, and it wasn't even graded. The coin I had, I sold to someone, ended up selling it for $3,200. Okay, because I knew that was pretty good money for the coin. And I don't know if it was him that submitted two great collections 11 years ago, or if he had sold it to someone else or gave it to someone else to do this. Ended up coming back PCGS Good 6 with a cat green bean. So, through the course of all this, it was actually worth a whole lot more than what I had sold it for, but I was okay with that because I had thought, well, there's barely a legible date or anything on it, and as it turns out, it was good enough. Because it's a coin that's highly identifiable, even if the date is completely missing. The doubling that is shown on that coin can also be seen on the feathers. Okay, the feathers are a real big telltale sign on there. You can even see it on the braid, and then there's a couple ribbons that hang down. You can see the doubling on there too. If the coin is in decent enough shape, you could see all these things. Okay, and the cool part is you don't need to acid date them or anything like that. What I'm trying to get at is that, that was 12 years ago I had found this thing. And it represented, a coin and a sale that not only meant a lot to me because, it's kind of like my 15 minutes of fame or something like that. But, at the time we just got married. We had spent all this money on a wedding, although we did okay budgeting it out. We didn't spend like 50 grand like some other people do. But it was a good fair amount of money for where we were at during that time because we were living in the Bay Area. And it was just more expensive to live out there. Rent was starting to increase and things like that. It was a wild and crazy ride. As quickly as I had found it, I sold it within 48 hours. Pretty damn good, right? And as it turned out, it wasn't the only big high-profile coin I had sold over the years, especially around that time when I got back into the hobby and I had launched my YouTube channel, which was like 2000. It was like August, September 2012. It was right around when I found that Buffalo nickel. I had sold a really rare Merriam, Boston, Massachusetts Civil War token. It has a dog on the front. You guys have probably seen the photos. I actually did a video on it a very long time ago. It has a salamander on the reverse. It's actually one of the marquee Civil War tokens ever produced. Ended up sending that to NGC through the same dealer I bought the Buffalo nickels from. Vince, love you by the way, is still around. Hope to see you here in about a month at the next show. He had sent that coin to me. It came back straight graded as fine 12, and I'm like, whoa, I'm okay with that. It was the coin I found at another dealer. Is kind of like they have like a a box of nothing but just miscellaneous tokens. All right. And then it's like whatever you pick, you can have for $1. All right. So he had just recently added to that box more tokens, and I came across that particular Civil War token, not at first realizing that it was a Civil War token, but it had a dog head on it. And I was like, that's really cool. I think at the time, my oldest daughter would have loved it, would have loved that. And as it turns out, it never made it to her. I was doing some research. I'm like, whoa, this is a really scarce Merriam Boston, Massachusetts token. So I went through all the necessary steps. I actually ended up selling it on eBay, I believe to the tune of $1,800. Now, it seemed like a lot of money, and it was a pretty good flip. But today, there hasn't been that many examples, if any, that have popped up within the last 10 years in public sale. That particular token, straight graded, as it sits, probably is worth about $5,000-$6,000, given the inflation of the value of those type of pieces. It's a rare. It's like a R9 rarity. It's top of the food chain. Just so happened I found it in a random box of tokens. That was awesome. Another one that was actually a lot older than that was a 1917 double to die obverse Lincoln wheat cent. That one I had found right around 2002, and it was a nice, I would say mid-state 62 red brown, 63 red brown, somewhere around there. Again, never got it graded, but man, that thing sticks out like a sore thumb. It's a variety that was very well known for a number of years, and as luck would have it, I ended up cherry picking one of those out of a local dealer in Western Nevada, back when we were still living in that area. Again, it was one of those things that I ended up buying it because at the time the coin market was virtually non-existent, and so was silver. Silver, gold, everything was cheap, but you had to kind of like pull teeth to find inventory because a lot of dealers, they were withholding silver because it was just too cheap. It would be more worth just holding on to this stuff rather than trying to sell it to make, an extra 15 cents a coin. So a lot of the dealers I did know in Western Nevada, they ended up just holding on to the things. So when you walked into a coin shop, they didn't have a lot of silver to sell, especially when, silver was like $6, $7, $8 an ounce, Yeah, some dealers did sell the stuff, but a lot of them did hold on to, all that. Not to go on this long tangent rant or whatever. So this coin I ended up holding on to for roughly a year, and then I ended up using it as part trade for some other things, other coins. One of which was actually a gold $1 piece. That is still very much in my collection. I ended up getting $400 for the double to die, which in today's money is probably worth about $2,000. So, yeah, I mean, those were all tremendous wins. That kind of money back in 2002 was pretty good, The $3,200 in 2012, that was fantastic. Again, we just got married the year before, and we had this newborn that came up. Baby Blue, as you guys know her, was born in 2012, and then things were just ancient history. Those were fun times, and I've had a bunch of other wins along the way from then all the way up till now. I'd flip a coin, make about $50 here, 100 there. There are a couple of occasions where I made hundreds of dollars. But there was nothing as good as that 1916 Buffalo nickel. The opportunities are out there. All right. I would say if given the chance, be more patient, have more to go through, have more options. It's like trying to win a lottery. You can't do it unless you buy a lottery ticket at least. but buying 10 lottery tickets will serve you a whole lot better in those odds of winning the lottery than buying one. So going through more inventory, and the biggest kind of key is banking system and coin shops and coin shows are going to be your best bet in discovering, that 15 seconds of fame worthy type coin. So I wanted to kind of leave you guys on that as we head into the weekend. I do really do appreciate your guys' time, all of your support, here in the last week as we doubled up on videos every single day except one day. It's been a fun ride. We're heading into the holidays, and this is kind of like where the rubber meets the road for the market and for hunters as well. We're all going to have a good time. We're going to try and look out for some of these things that's really making the clock tick for the market, for eBay, for whatnot, and everything else. So I'm going to get off the stream, get ready for the show, and I want you guys to have a great weekend. And Coinaholics, we are always discovering together. I want you guys to remember that. You guys take care, have fun in this wonderful hobby, as do I, and we'll connect later on here real soon. You guys take care. Peace.